Hi guys, this is Miss Evans. We're going to talk today about proportions. Proportions are two ratios that are equal to one another. So here we have a proportion set up, 2/3 equals x over 9. We would need to find what this x is in order to solve our proportion. In simple proportions, all we really need to do is look at the fractions and determine if they have the same value. If they have the same value, then they are proportions. So if we look here at 5/15 equals 2/6, if we reduce 5/15 and we reduce 2/6, we would get 1/3, which would help us to know that these are proportions. In simple proportions, you can use the same approach when solving for a missing part of a proportion. Remember that both fractions must reduce to the same value. So when I cross multiply here, I must see that 9 times 2, which we know is 18, must also, this cross product here of 3 and x must also equal 18. And a lot of us would know 3 times what number equals 18, or 18 divided by 3 equals what number. And so that would be one way. Another way you can do this is to set up an equation. So we would have 3 times x would go on the left side, and then 2 times 9 would go on the right side. And we need to balance this equation out. So we would start solving this. 3x, we would combine to 3x, and 2 times 9 combined to 18. And now we have a one-step equation. So we know that when we have 3 times x, we would solve that by doing the opposite of 3, and we would divide both sides by 3, which would give us x equals 6. You can check your proportion by simply checking your sides and making sure they are balanced. So in this particular problem, 3 times 6 we know is 18, and 2 times 9 is also 18, so it would be a true proportion. All right, so let's take a look and see if these are true proportions. We can do this a few ways. We could reduce both of these, or we could actually find the cross products. That's what we'll do for this one. 5 times 2 would be 10, and 3 times 10 is 30. So those would not be proportions. If we go over to the other one, 3 times 10 is 30. 15 times 2 is also 30. So that would tell us that one would indeed be a true proportion. That's supposed to be 42 there. I'm not sure what happened, but we can go ahead and attempt to solve this. So we would again find our cross products. So we would have 6x here and 42 times 4 here. And then you can go ahead and combine those. So 6x here, you go ahead and multiply your 4 by your 42. And then you would go ahead and get rid of the 6 by dividing both sides by 6. And that would give you an answer of x equals 28. I'd like you to take a moment and pause and solve this one. And there you go. 5x equals 25 times 2. 5x equals 50. And then again, to get rid of that 5, we would divide both sides by 5, which would give us x equals 10. Here are a couple word problems for us. If 4 tickets to a show cost $9, find the cost of 14 tickets. You could set that up as a proportion, or you could simply solve that with another method. I'd like you to pause and go ahead and solve both of those. I will tell you number 5 is a little more tricky, but it is not impossible. Think part over whole equals percent over 100, or you can simply hopefully do some mental math here and figure out what percent 300 is of 10,000. Please pause and go ahead and solve this. So 4 would give you $31.50 total for that one, and 5 would be $450 in taxes for a house that was appraised at $15,000. Hope that helps. Have a great day.